Alright, after a month with Warzone 2 and the honeymoon phase is finally starting to wear off, I'm really starting to notice things that are hindering this game at the moment, and just maybe a few reasons as to why even the casual player base that they're trying to cater to so heavily isn't really giving Warzone 2 a chance, and the viewership is down across all platforms, and the interest for the game just kind of seems to be disappearing. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If y'all don't know, my name is Ghost. Truly appreciate everybody that's stopping by the video today. I figured it was finally time to get some of this shit off my chest. So for my personal time with Warzone 2, I've actually really enjoyed the experience, but I cannot deny that this game has a lot of issues that are holding it back right now. The main and most problematic one for me has got to be the stability. The game crashes absolutely constantly, and it doesn't even matter what platform you're on. I'm on PlayStation 5 and my game crashes constantly, especially when playing with friends. And honestly, when it doesn't crash, it lags. It's a laggy fucking mess. I honestly just don't understand it. I have more laggy matches than smooth ones, and that's a big problem when you're trying to play shooter games. The second issue is that the mid game just feels way too boring, and that's due to a lot of factors. Honestly, I think the circle speed should be sped up slightly faster, allowing for quicker matches and just making people move around the map more. The map is a really big positive for this game that it has going for it. I think that the community as a whole, we actually really love the map, but the size of it and just the slow circles makes for a really long mid game with low engagement rates. Call of Duty has always been known as that faster paced, get me in the action now style of arcade shooter, and when your audience has come to expect that style of gameplay from you, it's kind of harder for them to adjust to a slower play style. And I know that this is a really hot topic, but I honestly think that loadouts should be reverted back to the buy stations, and strongholds and the AI should just be removed from Warzone completely and left to DMZ. Like, they work well over there because that's what that game mode is, and that's what it needs. Like the AI, the strongholds, all that kind of stuff make it actually feel like a real world. And even if they want to add, more like the points of interest, places like strongholds, like special places for the AI to hang out, stuff like that. That stuff in DMZ feels cool, but I think them trying to mix it in with Warzone too much has caused a lot of problems, and it just doesn't mesh well. Warzone's a really fast-paced go now, style of mode, and that's just kind of what we need. Now, if loadouts were to go back into the buy stations, I honestly think they should be around 20k instead of 10k, just making them a little bit harder to obtain, and possibly even only making them purchasable after the first circle. If they don't want them grabbing them too extremely early, maybe just after the first circle, let us grab our loadouts then. The other thing that they could do in this kind of a situation is maybe doubling the strongholds that are on the map, because this map is huge, and for the amount of players that are on it, we need more than 2 strongholds. But then again, if you're putting more strongholds on the map, you're kind of getting back into the issue of more AI on the map. So the time to kill, honestly, I think that the time to kill in this game feels pretty smooth. I think it would feel a lot smoother across the board if everyone just had the 3-plate vest off rip. Drop in with only 2 plates, and if you just have to find that first plate to apply it. Also, plating while sprinting would do wonders, which kind of brings me to the next thing. Movement. I think movement needs slightly worked a little bit. Everything just feels a little bit too slow, and I kind of know what they're trying to do in this game, and I get it, with the movement, and I'm kind of fine with it for the most part. I just think that everything needs to be a little bit more snappy. Let me be a little bit faster when I'm doing things, when I'm looting containers, when I'm getting into cash registers, when I'm trying to buy things from the buy station. Everything just needs to be smoother, quicker. It needs to be a more seamless experience. I get they don't want to slide canceling, breaking cameras, and bunny hopping around corners. Yeah, all right, fine, but let me be smooth and fast with the mechanics that I can still use, because the clunkiness of this game, sometimes it just doesn't feel right for Call of Duty. Also, the quantities in buy stations. I think that should just kind of be reverted. Personally, myself, I think we should just be able to buy as many things out of a buy station as we want. But if you guys really want to keep it just to limited quantities of things, I would say make everything purchasable in all buy stations. So that way, you don't have to guess what's available in each buy station. Just make everything all purchasable at all buy stations. Also, playing as a solo player has honestly been a really bad experience. Now, I'm not just talking about solos itself. I think the solo mode isn't really terrible. It's just not my style of game mode. It was kind of that way with the first Warzone, and for most BRs, to be perfectly honest, I'm just not very much of a solo player. They end up being campy, but the randoms in this game when you're going into squad fill are just horrible. Like, I don't think I've ever played with worse randoms in my life, and I'm not I don't necessarily want to pin that on the players, to be perfectly honest. But randoms, most of the time, they usually just back out after they die the first time. They don't even go to the Gulag, so that just leaves you running solo anyways. Or they want to loot for a solid 15 minutes and then jump in a vehicle and then honk the horn at your squad very annoyingly until everybody jumps in, and then they just want to drive around continuously until they kill us all. No one pushes the strongholds, no one communicates, and for some reason they love pinging the bounties, which gives you the least amount of money and the highest chance of dying. So I don't even know. I think the lack of tutorials in this game makes people just run around blind, and for how slow the game mode is, people not knowing what to do, yeah, it just kind of makes for a bad experience. But honestly, I think by now, I don't understand how most people don't understand or get the gameplay loop by now. You know, loot money, grab your first loadout weapon from the buy, push stronghold, get loadout, yada yada. It seems most people just don't even know that simple, you know, like 3-4 step gameplay loop of Warzone 2. But even myself lately, I've actually been working a lot more and just haven't found as much time to game or create content or anything. So when I do get time to jump on, it's less likely that I actually have people to play with, you know? So most time I'm just going in solo and I have to deal with randoms and stuff. And in this case, I've actually just found myself not playing at all sometimes because I just don't want to deal with it. And I guess the last thing that I kind of want to talk about is the Gulag. Now, I think this clip should kind of explain itself.
Out in my arena, the last two standing will lead it. Clock is ticking.
This 2v2 system, it just really makes no sense at all, and I feel like it leads to way too many instances where you can lose the fight due to things that are actually completely out of your control. I think that the original Gulag was actually held a good purpose on pinning two players with the same exact things and the better player gets out. You know, that's it. If you lost, it's likely 99% chance that it's your fault that you lost that fight. Now in this one, in the 2v2, I kind of feel like that percentage, honestly, it kind of hovers around 50-50. Like, yeah, you can pin it on yourself because, you know, there's just way too many things that can happen that are out of your control. You can get teamed up by two of them. Your teammate could be AFK. He could honestly back out and quit. You know, there's just so many things that could be out of your control that just don't make it a fair experience of you trying to get back into the battlefield. I don't know. I honestly think the Gulag in this game is probably maybe rage more than anything else, to be perfectly honest. Well, that and the crashes. So, I mean, to be perfectly honest, I really, really hope they do something about this. I hope they maybe change the Gulag, maybe just give us a 1v1, but if that's not gonna happen, man, I mean, I don't know. God, I hope Resurgence is good in this game. Oh, season, I really hope it at least comes in season 2, man. I don't know how much longer I can wait without a Resurgence map in this game. I mean, I love the game mode and everything, but things need to change clearly. Wow, I honestly cannot believe that I have been rambling on now for 9 minutes. It doesn't even feel close to that. Holy shit. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this thing up and get off of here, go do some stuff, try to edit up this video. What do you guys think about Warzone 2 in its current state right now, and maybe what are some of the things that frustrate you guys, or maybe some things that they should be changing, some things that you're looking forward to in tomorrow's update? I appreciate everybody's time. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the game and at least having some fun with it, because, you know, at the end of the day, that's what video games are for. They're honestly just for entertainment and fun and to hang out with your friends and all that good stuff. So I love you guys. I do appreciate your time. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you guys are new. Later, everybody.